Okay guys, so welcome back to our Techno class. This is your teacher Joy at your service. And now be ready to learn about linear interpolation. Is this sound familiar to you? Well, if not, you may realize it when I unveil or open the information with you guys. Okay? So hop in and open your eyes and stretch your ears when watching this video. Okay, so the topic for today is all about, once again, the linear interpolation for ungrouped data. Hello, good day, Before we jump into the main topic, so here are the three objectives that you will learn today. First, illustrate the measures of position using the linear interpolation. Second, describe and interpret the data using the linear interpolation. And third, reflect the use of the linear interpolation to real-life scenarios. Okay, so let me share with you the highlight of the lesson today about the linear interpolation. It is a formula which is to be applied when finding the new value from the two given points of the data distribution. We interpolate if we want to look for the exact or accurate value that falls within the two existing values of the gathered information. And to remind us about interpolation, we just think of the word enter. Okay, so which means that we need to look inside the data we originally had, as what you have seen in the diagram. This tool interpolation is quite useful like in statistics, business, science, or to some other fields when there is a need for prediction. Okay, so for example, if the third decile is found in the 3.4th position, then the data value lies between third and fourth when applied the process of the linear interpolation. But in this example, the linear interpolation is not just useful for the deciles, okay? So this is also applicable for the other measures of position like quartiles and percentiles. Okay, so moving on to how the linear interpolation is processed, okay? For example number 1, so we need to find the 6th decile, okay, of the weights of the students in a class, which are given as follows: 69, 70, 75, 66, 83, 88, 66, 63, 61, 68, 73, 57, 52, 58, and 77. Okay, so under the solution, we have 5 steps to be followed. We have the acronym ALSMA, okay, for you to remember the way it is computed. Where A stands for the arranged, L is for locate, S is for subtract, M is for multiply, and A is for add. And then, the computed value will be used as a basis for constructing analysis and interpretations. Okay, so which are also the highlight of the lesson today. First, arrange the data distribution in ascending order. So we have 52, 57, 58, 61, 63, 66, 66, 68, 69, 70, 73, 75, 77, 83, and 88. Second, locate the position of the 6th decile by Menden's-Hall formula. Did you still recall the Menden's-Hall formula? Okay, so that's good, okay, because the Menden's-Hall formula for the decile is this of k is equal to k times the quantity of n plus 1 all over 10, where k represents the location of the 6th decile and n is for the number of data values. Okay, so let us substitute the values in our equation. So we have this of 6 is equal to 6 times the quantity of 15 plus 1 all over 10. That gives us a quotient of 9.6, okay, once we simplified. Next, subtract the data values found between 9th and 10th position. Okay, so the value for the 10th position is 70, and the value for the 9th position is 69. So we have a difference of 1. Fourth, multiply the obtained value from step 3 to the decimal value found in step 2. Okay, so we have a product of 0.6. Last step, add 0.6 from step 4 to the data value located at 9th position, that is 69. So we have a sum of 69.06. And now let us use the computed value for constructing analysis and interpretations. At this point, I will be giving you time to think and construct at least 2 statements for the analysis and another 2 for the interpretations that will agree to the data distribution ranging from 52 to 88 kilograms with a computed value of 69.6 kilograms. Remember that for the analysis, you need to examine the data distribution first and the computed value as well, and further evaluate the analysis as the basis for the interpretations. Okay, so the timer is now set for 30 seconds and be ready with your answers. So check your answers if you have something in common. Okay, I have here 5 possible statements for the analysis and another 3 statements for the interpretations. Here they are. First, there were 9 students who belong to 60% weigh less than 69.6 kilograms. Second, on top of 40%, there were 6 students who weigh more than 69.6 kilograms. Third, 60% of the class weigh 69.6 kilograms and less. Fourth, 40% of the class weigh more than or equal to 69.6 kilograms but not exceeding to 88 kilograms. Fifth, 6 students above 40% of the class weigh greater than 69.6 kilograms. And for the interpretations, it interprets that most of the weight of the students fall below the 69.6 kilograms. Second, it means that the students who weigh on top of 69.6 kilograms are lesser in size. And the last, it interprets that majority of the students who weigh less than 69.6 kilograms. Okay? So what can you say about your answers? If you got them all, so congratulations, okay? But for those who were not able to hit the correct keywords for writing the statements, then push yourselves until you master this activity because practice makes everything perfect, okay? So moving on to the next example. In this example, so we need to apply the process of the linear interpolation for finding the first quartile and further use the computed value to analyze and interpret the data. Okay, so the problem is the residents of Barangay Milagrosa at Calamba City got free pair of face mask and face shield provided by a kind-hearted sponsor in the area, and the distribution is depending on the number of members in a family for each house. And the data are given as follows: 4, 9, 7, 14, 10, 8, 12, 15, 6, and 11. I repeat, 4, 9, 7, 14, 10, 8, 12, 15, 6, and 11. Okay, so the process for this is similar to how the 6th decile is computed. Okay, so also you need to apply the ALSMA rule or ALSMA steps. Okay, so are you ready? So another 30 seconds for this activity. Okay, so your timer starts now. let me reveal the answers. First, arrange the data in ascending order. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, and 15. Did you get the same arrangement? Okay, so let's move to second step. Locate the value of the lower quartile using the Menden's-Hall formula. So we have q sub 1 is equal to 10 plus 1 all over 4. So we have a quotient of 3.75 or 3.75, okay, for locating the first quartile. So it means that the first quartile lies between third and fourth position. Subtract fourth to third place values. So we have a value of 8 for the fourth position and 7 for the third. So we have a difference of 1. Multiply the difference obtained from step 3 to the decimal value in step 2. So the decimal value is 0.75 and the difference is 1. So we have a product of 0.75. For the last step, we have to add the value obtained from step 4 to the third value in the data distribution. So the third value is 7, add to 0.75, so we have 7.75. Okay, so the first quartile's value is 7.75. Okay, so how about your answers? Okay, so did you get the same outcome? But if not, it's okay. So look at the step that you missed so that next time it would not be happening again. Okay, so you have to perfect the steps. Okay, so let's move on to the analysis and interpretations. Okay, so once again, use the computed value together with this data distribution for creating or writing at least 2 statements for the analysis and another 2 statements for the interpretations. So another time of 30 seconds is set for you. Are you ready? Okay, so let us begin. Okay, be ready with your answers after 30 seconds. So let me reveal 4 possible statements for analysis and 2 for interpretations. First, 25% of the residents receive pairs of free face masks and face shields lower than or equal to 7.75. Second, 75% of the residents received 7.75 pairs of free face masks and face shields and more. Third, on top of 75%, there were 7 residents got more than 7.75 pairs of free face masks and face shields. Fourth, below 25%, there were 3 residents received more than 7.75 pairs of free face masks and face shields. Okay, so for the interpretations, it interprets that a resident with a small number of family members receive at most 7.75 pairs of free face masks and face shields. Last, it means that more than 7.75 pairs of free face masks and face shields were distributed to the family with a great number of members. Okay, so I hope that you got them all and be ready and prepared for the last activity. Okay, for the last example, so we have to look or solve for the 20th percentile, then describe and interpret the raw data. And the data were obtained from the written performances of the selected students in grade 10 class in a 20-item test for which cutoff lies at 20th percentile. So we have 17, 13, 17, 16, 17, 20, 19, 16, 17, 18, 13, 16, 14, 10, and 11. Okay, so I will be giving you another 30 seconds for this, but guys, your patience towards this last example or last activity is really a virtue for learning, okay? So you need to possess the perseverance to gain a deep understanding, really, and achieve the correct answer or even the objectives today. If you made a mistake from the previous one, so don't worry. So this time around, so you need to be careful with your answer. Okay, for finding the percentile, so you have to apply the process that we use in solving for the quartile and deciles. Okay, so also you have to apply the ALSMA steps or rule. Your timer begins here. Okay, so let me show you the answers. Okay, for the step 1, arrange the data in ascending order. So we have 10, 11, 13, 13, 14, 16, 16, 16, 17, 17, 17, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Second, locate the value of the 20th percentile using the Mendelssohn formula. So this time around, so you have to change your denominator into 100. Okay? So our K is 20 and our N is 15. So we have to substitute all the values. Base of 20 is equal to 20 times the quantity of 15 plus 1 all over 100. So we have a quotient of 3.2 or 3.28. So it means that the 20th percentile lies between 3rd and 4th. Third, subtract the 4th value and the 3rd value. Okay? So we have a difference of 0 since they are the same. Fourth, multiply the difference obtained from step 3 to the decimal value from step 2. So the decimal is 0.2 or 0.20, and then multiply to step number 3. So we have 0. So we have a product of 0. Next, add the computed value from step 4 to the 3rd value in the data distribution. So we have 0 plus 13. So which means that our 20th percentile's value is equal to 13. Okay, so let us use this computed value for the analysis and interpretation. For the final 30 seconds, guys, so you have to use the computed value, which is equal to 13, and also the data distribution with scores ranging from 10 to 20 as your basis for writing or composing for the analysis and interpretations. And I hope this time you will perfectly craft, okay, your statements for the analysis and interpretations. Okay, so good luck. Your timer starts now. Okay, so let me reveal the possible statements for the analysis and interpretations. First, 20% of the students got the scores of lower than or equal to 13. 80% of the students got the scores of greater than or equal to 13. Below 20% of the students got the scores of less than 13 and below. On top of 20% of the test takers there were 13 students got the scores of 13 and above. Below 20% of the test takers, 2 students were not able to reach the cutoff score of 13. For the interpretations, mostly the student scores fall within 13 and above out of 20 item tests in mathematics. There were only small number of students who didn't able to reach the cutoff score of 13. The majority of the test takers met the cutoff score of 13 out of 20 item test. Okay? So I know that in this very moment, you are already shouting for joy because you got all the answers correctly. And now, let us proceed to the final activity. You have to answer all the 4 learning tasks and apply the new concepts that you have learned. And I do hope that this time you are more prepared and very much excited to answer them all. Okay, good luck. Here are your 4 learning tasks today. First, the performance tasks of the selected students in grade 10 class in a 30-item assessment are given as follows: 17, 23, 24, 16, 17, 20, 19, 26, 17, 18, 13, 16, 14, 10, and 11. If the cutoff score is located at 65th percentile, then find its value. Then, let's move to learning task number 2. Use the computed value in the learning task number 1 for the analysis and interpretations. It's shopping time for learning task number 3. Before the pandemic, a total of 8,000 people visited a shopping mall over 12 hours. Estimate the third quartile when 75% of the visitors had arrived. And estimate the 40th percentile when 40% of the visitors had arrived. Okay, so using the substantial information reflected in the table, you will be able to answer all the questions provided in learning task number 3. By the way, the table contains 2 columns with time in hours and number of people. The time of visits are consisting of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. And with the number of people visited are 450, 1,500, 2,300, 5,700, 6,850, and 8,000 respectively. And for the learning task number 4, so you have to use the computed value which will be obtained from learning task number 3 as your reference for the analysis and interpretations. Okay, so don't forget to send in all your answers in either of my accounts. And if you have any questions or clarifications about the linear interpretation or the process of the linear interpretation, don't hesitate to call me or message me. Okay, so it's bye-bye time. Okay, so good luck. For your reflection, so this is an add-on to your learning task. So you have to cite at least 2 scenarios or situations where the usefulness of linear interpolation is applied, then explain. Here are the references containing all the adequate information about the linear interpolation. That's the end of our lesson for today, and thank you for watching and listening in this Techno class. This is your teacher Joy, 24/7 at your service. Bye and God bless.